All right, Coach, just want to take it away first off, coming over from tight ends, the offensive line, talk about that a little bit, and of course, getting the deputy head coach position.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, what a joy to be with this group of offensive linemen. Hard-working group, really bring their hard hat. Coach Greg Austin did a phenomenal job with them last year, really laying a foundation of what we want to do here with Coach McIntyre and David Yost offense. And couldn't be more joy to be the offensive line coach for those guys. Really feel the honor to be on that room with those guys and link up with those guys and see if we can't go in there and be the defenders of FIU football and be a foundation that this offense can really build upon.
Coach, just talk about, of course, your previous offensive line play. You played in college, you coached the position before.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're looking for from this unit specifically?
Well, I really believe that the offensive line is the heart and soul of what you're doing. And so there's got to be an element of toughness because that's what this game's about. And when those five guys are really communicating, they're locked up, they're linked up together, and they really bring a hard hat, really toughness mentality to our football team, and the rest of the football team really buys in. And what you see is you just see a gritty offense, a gritty team take the field on Saturdays, really fighting for one another and fighting for FIU in this university.
Coach, what's one thing that, the average person who's never played offensive line, never played football, what's one thing that about offensive line play that you want them to know?
Yeah, you got to be one of the smartest guys on the field because stuff's happening. The closer you get to the football by position, then the faster that game's moving. I don't care if you're a defensive tackle, a D end, or you're a center guard or a tackle on offense. It's really fast in there. I would encourage fans to get as close as they can to the field and see how fast it gets on a Saturday or even on Thursday and Wednesday nights with our schedule, right? Because it's really fast, and then you got to know exactly what you do. Then the defense moves, and you got to react accordingly. So you got to be a really intelligent guy, as well as bringing that edge. And so that's something we really pride ourselves in, and knowing what we got to do and communicating, getting five guys to really act as one.
A couple more and I'll get you out of here. I heard you talking to the centers earlier about communication and making sure they're on the same page. If you elaborate on that a little bit, and how tough it is a loss with a veteran like Julius now to bring in another center.
Yeah, and I think that the center is really kind of the glue that's kind of holding those five guys together. As he goes, we'll go. So when a play is called and communicated to those five guys, he's really identifying everything. And I tell him all the time, like, you have freedom in this thing. You can be wrong as a center. As long as all five of us are wrong together, we have a chance to be right. And it's my job to get you right. So I want those guys to be really confident. I want them to be the leader and the communicator up front and get us really, again, moving five guys as one.
Last one for you. Just talk about some of the position battles. Obviously, you got a vet like Lindell coming back.
Yeah.
The starter, of course. All positions are open in the spring, but
Sure.
just some of the position battles that you kind of keep an eye on and really hone in on.
Well, I mean, it's been like this from top to bottom in every position of our football team, and Coach Mack's made it really clear. Every one of them's wide open. And so up front for us in the offensive line room, we have unbelievable group of guys that are really fighting to get on the field. And we're different where we get five guys to get to go out there every time they snap the ball. It's not like it's one like it was at tight end last year, which made it even tough. But, man, we got some really good competition battles. We got tackle groups that can really play both sides. And we got some young guys that have kind of moved in and grown up a year after being redshirt on the inside. So I really think there's a lot of really good growth. I think that some local products like TE Jackson's going to be a really good one for us inside at the guard spots and really could play tackle if we need him to, but really it's going to give us a lot of good depth and battling with Shamar, Hobby Lee inside, and you got a good piece like good piece coming back like Jacob Peace at the right guard spot, and he's being really pushed by those guys behind him. You got Travis Burke that's coming back home to us. Really pushing for depth activity at those tackle spots as well as the veterans we had coming back in. And then you got another young guy, J.D. Lee, that was redshirt last year. That's got 4 years and a lot of eligibility ahead that's really kind of shown up here in the first couple of days, doing a really good job. But one guy that's fresh on campus for us, our only guy up front, is Michael Rabez. And he's just flashed at times. And it's really hard as a first semester freshman in the spring to come in and just have all this thrown at you without having the summer to prepare for a fall type of deal. But he's really picked up a lot of things and looked really good early. So those are a few guys. There's battles at every spot up front. Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Congrats on the promotion. First things first, just kind of talk about your first two practices. How's it been for you?
Man, it's been amazing. The effort on the D-line. I feel like we got some boys that Coach Five brought in and a couple of the young guys. We were a very young group. So it's been amazing. Effort. That's all we get.
Jordan, talk about last year for you. You were a guy that, I don't believe, my memory serves me correct, you initially were on the 2 deep, but then you cracked it and you got, 6-7 starts last year. Just talk about your year last year and that progression.
Last year, it really was like, just getting used to everything. First time playing, really, the ball game, everything was like moving a lot faster. But, as I kept playing, got the starter and rolling stuff, it started slowing down for me. So it just was easier.
Jordan, can you kind of walk me through some of the differences of being, in a 4-3 scheme versus a 3-4 scheme as far as what your responsibilities are?
I mean, it's a bit different because 4-3, you can have a little more leeway. 3, you gotta like hold your gap and stuff. So it's really just you gotta play your technique and stuff.
Do you feel more comfortable as a 3-4 end or as a 0 technique, inside or?
Really, it don't matter to me. I can really play everything. Just give me the chance.
Just talk about obviously kind of pedigree. Your older brother played at UCF.
Yeah.
Just talk about that a little bit.
Man, yeah, he was a dog. That was my brother. Like, I look up to him. He be in my ear all the time, call me. We be FaceTiming, just talking about football every time we get on the phone.
2 more and I'll get you out here. What aspect of your game coming from last year to this year do you feel you need to work on the most?
My pass rushing. I would say like when the third down, dig deep, get that extra energy in me. Get off the ball, make a move, get that sack. Make a change.
Last one for you. FIU fans it's been a struggle with run defense and a struggle getting to the quarterback over the past few years. What would you say to fans who want to talk about that?
We got some boys. We got some boys coming in. The D-line gonna look nice. We're gonna hold that down. We're gonna stop all that.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about really your progression. You're a guy who came from the Keys, preferred walk-on, you really worked your way up. You're a long snapper, now getting snaps at tight end. Just take me to the curl a little bit, man.
I actually played quarterback in high school, so it's really crazy. My father taught me how to long snap in I want to say middle school, just because he needed a long snapper and he was the coach. He's like, you got to do it. So I have to thank him for even being able to get here. So it's been crazy. The first couple of years I was really light. I was about 195 pounds when I got here, and I just really started taking advantage of the rec center being 2 feet away from my room. So I just started going to the gym every single day and eating 5,000 calories for the past 4 years every single day and just getting as big as possible. And then on top of that, just going to the field and throwing with my roommate Hayden Carlson, and he's really helped me out a lot. And I don't know, it's just been a crazy ride, and I'm just ready to get FIU in a winning situation, and I'm just really excited for the season, man. Really excited.
You talk about coming in at 190. Where would you say you're at now?
245. I want to say 250 before practice, 245 after practice. Yeah.
All right. So I know back down there in the Keys, you played quarterback, played a bunch of positions. How often did you play tight end?
I never played tight end until I got here.
So take me through that transition. You get here, you're willing to do whatever it takes to come on and make the team. Just talk about that transition, bulking up.
Honestly, it was crazy when I got here. I really wasn't taken serious because I had a few FCS offers for quarterback, but I really wanted to play at the FBS level, and Miami was close to home. So when I got here, I had these false expectations because nobody knew anything about football, Division I football in the Keys. So I get here and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get a few reps, I'll be able to learn it. And I was a scout team guy. That's where I learned everything. And honestly, I love scout team. For my first 2 years, I grinded and I learned everything I know now from scout team. So, I just want to say to all the young guys out there, scout team's where it's at, man. If you're on scout team, don't think of that as some chore. You're gonna get a lot better playing scout team. But yeah.
A couple more and I'll get you out here. What's your 40 time, roughly?
The last time I ran a 40 was with Coach Swayze, and it was about 4.7 something, high 4.7s.
Okay. So you say you're roughly in that range now, if you had to guess, or
probably faster.
Probably faster.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were here with guys like Sterling Palmer and some of the other vets, Kamarion Williams, Rivaldo, Josiah. Just talk about A, the tight end room, that camaraderie, and B, what you're able to learn from guys who played the position.
Oh man, so the tight end room camaraderie is crazy because I love everybody that I've ever played tight end with. Everybody's been so awesome. Sterling Palmer, honestly, the most positive guy I've ever met in my entire life. He's amazing. David O'Meara, his name wasn't mentioned, but he was awesome. He's helped me a lot. He was one of the most positive guys I met too. He's helped me so much with blocking. And Kamarion, he's just a great guy to have around. He always picks me up when I'm down. And Josiah, that's my brother, man. Me and him, we just push each other as hard as we can every single day to get better. But honestly, the tight end room, I don't think there's ever been an issue because those guys have been amazing. It's a lot like a quarterback room, man. We all know one guy's going to be on the field, but we kind of all just pick each other up and we're just men about it, you know what I mean? So we're just trying to get better every single day. It's awesome. Yeah.
Last two, and I'll get you out of here. How meaningful was it for you last year to finally get extended playing time at tight end on the field? As you said, wanted to play FBS football, didn't necessarily get the attention you think. Just talk to me about
it. It was a dream come true, man. Even if it's me on field goal, if it's me on kickoff, I'm so happy. I'm so grateful every single day. Just being on the field doing something. I'd be the holder if I had to. You know what I mean? Football is just what I love, and I just want to make my family proud and everybody back home proud. So just being on the field, I'm so grateful, so happy. I don't know, man. I can't explain the feeling. It's so amazing. It's so amazing.
Just your personal expectations for you this year.
Personal expectations? I just want to be the best leader I can be on this team, and I just want to push all the young guys to be good because I feel like I had a few good leaders coming up, but I just want to be just so solid in all the young guys' lives and just make sure everything's easy for them and they can just help us win. Like, some personal goals, obviously, I'd like to score my first touchdown. But other than that, like, I just really want to win. Losing sucks. I don't care if I score no touchdowns the rest of my career. If we go win a conference championship, I will remember that forever. Yeah, man.